conscience. Generations of Kashmiris have grown up under the shadow of fear, torture, and intimidation. It is a tale of heart-wrenching suppression and trauma caused by indiscriminate and unrestrained use of power. History has witnessed few parallels of such flagrant violations of fundamental rights as in the IIOJK. Gross violations of human rights, shameless brutality, remorseless moral bankruptcy, and appalling atrocities characterize the reality of Indian occupation of Jammu and Kashmir today. A military force of over 900,000 Indian troops has turned the heavenly valley of Kashmir into the world's largest prison. Indian repression has intensified manifold since the illegal and unilateral Indian actions of 5th of August 2019. The hardships under the brutal military siege were further compounded by layered lockdowns and additional COVID-19 restrictions. Such is the plight of Kashmiri people. It is beyond belief that almost the entire Kashmiri leadership remains incarcerated under inhuman conditions, often dying while in custody. Kashmiri youth is a specific target as they suffer illegal detentions, torture, enforced disappearances, indiscriminate use of pellet guns, and extrajudicial killings in staged cordon and search operations. Muslim majority in Kashmir is being turned into a minority in their own land through illegal demographic changes in violation of the international law and the 4th Geneva Convention. So far, 4.2 million fake domicile certificates have been issued to people not belonging to Kashmir. This is yet another attempt to rob the people of Kashmir of their civil, political, economic, social, and cultural rights. The moral bankruptcy of Indian occupation forces was laid bare by the callous and inhuman attitude in handling the mortal remains of Sayyid Ali Gilani, the iconic Kashmiri leader and freedom fighter. Since 5th of August 2019, more than 540 Kashmiris have been martyred by Indian occupation forces during fake search and cordon operations. India's state terrorism against Kashmiris revalidates the increasing global concerns about the situation of human rights, which is fast deteriorating in multiple interlinked ways. First, the scale and spectrum of Indian abuses in IIOJK have exponentially grown with devastating human toll. Second, operating under draconian laws with complete impunity, the Indian occupation forces are committing unspeakable atrocities to break the will of Kashmiris and to resist the occupation. Third, the recent arrests and reprisals against human rights defenders and journalists on fabricated charges in IIOJK is another example of India's continued persecution and intimidation of civil society. And fourth, India continues to outrightly deny access to UN special procedures, independent human rights observers, and global media, thereby evading independent assessment of the ground situation in IIOJK. Excellencies, in September last year, Pakistan unveiled a dossier that extensively documents irrefutable evidence of India's state terrorism and gross and systematic human rights violations in the IOJK. The 131-page dossier covers accounts of 3,432 cases of war crimes perpetrated by Indian occupation forces. It is corroborated by meticulously gathered audio and video evidence. These reports and the dossier provide sufficient evidence for the international community to hold India to account for its reprehensible conduct in the IIOJK, which is repugnant to every canon of civility and international humanitarian law. Excellencies,